welcome to the Deep Dive. So you gave us a whole stack of sources about a show that's turning out to be the real dark horse hit of this anime season.
Oh, absolutely.
Tojima Wants to be a Kamen Rider.
Yep. And on the surface, it looks like one thing, but the sources all say it's so much deeper.
It sounds like it. It's a series that, seems like standard action fare, but it's delivering this story that's unexpectedly rich and funny.
And deeply relatable. It's more than just a tribute. It's like a full-on commentary. And speaking of things moving fast, we have to start with the news that just dropped.
Oh, right.
The fandom is just buzzing because right after Episode 7 aired in Japan, they released a new key visual.
Yeah.
And this thing doesn't just tease, it officially confirms it. The tournament arc is coming.
Already.
Starting next week.
Wow, next week. And for everyone tracking this globally, Crunchyroll is keeping up, right? They're simulcasting it.
They are. This mix of action and, well, adult comedy.
So we're about to see Tojima's journey just escalate, like dramatically.
Yeah. Totally. It forces him out of that accidental hero space and into a real competition.
A structured one.
Exactly. And that shift is just, it's so crucial. It changes the whole narrative function of the show.
So before we get into what that tournament arc even means, we have to tackle the big question, the one that really defines the whole series.
Yeah, who is Tojima Tanzaburo? And why is his, very specific midlife crisis making him the most resonant protagonist of the year?
Okay, let's unpack this guy, this everyman.
Well, that's just it. Tojima Tanzaburo is, by all accounts, just a guy.
Not a chosen one.
Not a prodigy, nothing like that. The sources describe him as a deeply relatable everyman. He's the person who's worried about job stability, about making the mortgage payment.
But inside that, very normal adult container, he's got this massive unfulfilled dream.
A huge one.
He has always wanted to be a Kamen Rider.
And it's not just a hobby, is it? It's like the core passion of his entire life.
A passion that he's had to just kind of shelve because of adult life.
And that shelving process, that's the central conflict. Because Tojima has now hit his 40s.
And so the sources are really clear on that detail, aren't they?
Oh, it's critical. Because that's the point where so many adults look back and they start to realize, okay, those huge childhood dreams,
they might not happen.
They're probably never going to materialize. That feeling of, I'm 40, I've settled, is this it? That's the foundation of the whole show.
It's the existential dread of the adult fan, really.
It is.
But just as that dream is about to be, put away for good, the plot gives him this perfect, bizarre out.
The catalyst.
He suddenly finds himself tangled up in these crimes that are just not ordinary.
And they are highly specific crimes. The source material really emphasizes this. These criminal plots, they echo the notorious, the legendary organization Shocker.
From the original series.
Exactly. They're using the same tropes, the same aesthetics as classic Kamen Rider villains. And this immediately validates Tojima's whole obsession.
Right. Suddenly his passion is actually relevant to the real bizarre world he's now in.
Yep.
But isn't there a risk there? Doesn't that make the story, too niche? A bit of a parody?
That's a great question.
We've seen nostalgic hero stories before. Is there a danger that this adult focus might push away the younger audience that usually drives the Rider franchise?
And what's so fascinating is that the sources say no.
Oh.
Because the core emotional truth of it just transcends the franchise history. It's not just about Kamen Rider. It's about an adult rediscovering passion through play and imagination.
And the sheer absurdity of trying to be a hero when you also have to, update your resume.
Exactly. That universal human desire, that dream deferred, it's powerful enough to appeal to anyone, whether they know who Shocker is or not.
So that's the unexpected aha moment of the show.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia meeting the complex and often ridiculous reality of being a grown-up.
Yeah.
The show's unique tone, this blend of humor, genuine adult problems, and classic action. It makes it perfectly relatable. That's what the sources claim.
And if you connect this to the bigger picture, you can see the strength of the narrative structure. The series is inspired by the creative vision of Shibata Yokusaru.
The mind behind Airmaster and 81 Diver.
That's the one.
I mean, those are shows that take these incredibly specific, almost niche subcultures.
Right. Street fighting and professional shogi.
And just elevate them into high dramatic art.
Precisely. His work is all about finding this profound emotional weight in really unconventional places. With Airmaster, it was the, intense physicality of street fighting.
And 81 Diver was about the obsession of adult shogi players.
Yes. So here, he's taking the very specific, often obsessive fan passion for Kamen Rider, and he's treating Tojima's desire with complete sincerity, even when the situations are just laugh-out-loud absurd.
So the unconventional journey here isn't just about the suit he puts on. It's about adults giving themselves permission to embrace absurdity.
And to chase these intense passions later in life without having to apologize for it.
It's telling the audience, hey, your heroic dreams don't just expire when you sign your first 401k form.
And that message is why the show is resonating so deeply with older fans.
They grew up on this stuff.
They grew up watching the original heroes, but now they finally have a hero who understands the weight of a 40-hour work week before he goes off to battle a monster.
That kind of weight needs a lot of delicate balancing, which brings us to the heroes behind the camera.
Right.
We should take a look at the creative team that's putting together this whimsical but still emotionally grounded ride.
The studio making it all happen is LIDEN Films, and they're known for their polished action work. And the director, the one steering the ship and setting that crucial tone, is Takahiro Ikezoe.
Ikezoe, right? He's known for Shinkansen, Henki, Robo, Shinkalion. That's a fascinating choice.
It is.
How does his experience directing a show about giant transforming bullet trains translate to the adult dilemma of Tojima?
It's actually a great fit, because Shinkalion wasn't just about giant robots. It was about balancing that high-concept mechanical action with real emotional stakes and character growth.
Ah, so he knows how to keep things sincere.
He's skilled at maintaining emotional sincerity, even when the premise is completely bonkers. So for Tojima, that means treating the rider action with all the seriousness of a classic tokusatsu show, while still winking at the absurdity of a 40-year-old trying to pull it off.
And the narrative architecture, that falls to Toko Machida for series composition. The sources really seem to emphasize her role.
They do.
And given the show is jumping between, real adult drama, shocker parody, and then high-octane action, Machida's composition must be doing some serious heavy lifting.
Absolutely. The sources imply that her genius is in the pacing.
Keeping it all from just falling apart.
Right. She's making sure the dramatic weight of Tojima's personal life, his little slump, the boring office stuff, gets enough screen time so that when the action explodes, it feels like a necessary cathartic release.
Not just a random fight scene.
Exactly. The composition is probably designed to just maximize the comedy of him trying to balance those two worlds.
And then visually, the job of making Tojima believable, that falls to character designer Cindy H. Yamachi.
Yes.
What are the sources saying about her choices to get that balance of him looking like an everyman but still heroic?
Well, we can kind of infer from the critiques the design emphasizes a certain visual fatigue. It's not just his clothes, it's his posture. Tojima probably has this slight, workaday slump. He wears muted colors, someone who's stopped prioritizing vibrancy.
And then when he transforms?
The contrast is maximized. It makes the heroic form this powerful visual expression of his suppressed passion.
That attention to detail is so critical. And, okay, finally the sound. The music is composed by Teddy Lloyd. Knowing his reputation, that promises a pretty intense experience.
It really does. Teddy Lloyd is famous for his electronic, high-energy, and often, super stylized work, most notably on Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. And that connection is key because it implies the soundtrack is intentionally subversive. We shouldn't expect the usual soaring orchestral themes of a classic Rider show.
We should expect something grittier.
Totally. Pulsating, heavy electronic industrial sounds. It suggests a gritty, modern, and slightly unconventional heroic theme.
Which is perfect for Tojima. He's an unconventional hero.
Exactly.
It sounds like they've put together a team that is deliberately trying to challenge the boundaries of the genre.
They are, using humor and adult reality to deliver this hyper-stylized action. It speaks to a real commitment to making this a genuine action series, not just a quick tribute.
Okay, so let's look forward to the immediate future. All the buzz is about this tournament arc. Why is that structured conflict so necessary now, after the whole shocker thing?
The sources seem to suggest that the tournament arc is his moment of, formal validation. Up until now, Tojima was just reacting to these bizarre crimes, right? He was an accidental hero forced into it.
But a tournament is different.
A tournament structure formalizes everything. It demands he step forward as a competitor. It forces him to actually reckon with the expectations of being a hero and to stop seeing himself as just some adult playing dress-up.
This is the ultimate test for Tojima the Everyman, then.
It is.
Can he, a man weighed down by the realities of being in his 40s, actually succeed in an arena that's designed for dedicated heroes.
It raises the stakes way higher than those first street fights.
So the next chapter promises high-stakes competition, gripping action, and I'm guessing a huge amount of humor.
Oh, for sure. As he struggles with this new formality, and the sources all pose that ultimate question. What wild challenges and what formidable new enemies will he and his friends face?
And will this formalized competition finally let him fully embrace the dream he spent 40 years waiting for? That's the emotional payoff we're all waiting for. The action summary seems to end by reinforcing that central, really heartwarming message.
The one that makes the show so accessible.
It's never too late to chase what you love.
Yeah. So whether you're a diehard Rider fan or just someone who loves a good underdog story, the sources confirm that Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider. It just transcends typical anime.
It addresses the dreams and the daily trials of being an adult, all wrapped up in genuinely exciting action.
So you really need to keep your eyes peeled for those updates. And get ready to cheer for Tojima.
He's stepping into an arena where his dream will either be realized or, completely crushed by the competition.
This whole deep dive leaves us with a great thought to chew on as we wait for this tournament arc to kick off.
It does. If Tojima, a man who's tied down by mortgage payments and career anxiety, finds his true power and freedom inside the super formal structure of a heroic tournament, does that suggest that embracing structure and rules in adult life, the very things that felt restrictive, is actually the key to rediscovering our capacity for play and imagination? Maybe the structure is the suit,